do it so that we don't violate any open meeting laws. And so at this time, Mr. Gary Jones, would you like to go first? Come on up and you can do it there. You can do it right here in the middle, wherever you like.
Oh, up here be fine.
Okay, Mr. Jones, you have, just, y'all please remember that we're not going to discuss anything.
I understand. It's kind of like karaoke here, you know, just an open mic. So my name is Gary Jones. I'm a landowner in Limestone County on LCR 156. And I'm with these gentlemen, and we're here as concerned landowners over the condition of our road. This has been ongoing for quite some time, and we've interacted with Commissioner Baker several times, and the fix has been, let's run a gravel truck out there, drag it up, and that's it. And it's unacceptable. We're on the tail end of the county. My place backs up to Hill County. And I don't know that has any bearing on it, but we feel like we've been neglected. And Alan Bray he's got a data sheet of the values of the land, and what our values are compared to some of the others that have hot top roads in the same area, and we want to be treated the same. And what we'd like to know is when we can get our road paved, and when we can get this resolved, and we've really had all this we want. I mean, we without this is enough. So, and I'd also like to address one other thing too for the citizens of Limestone, or the taxpayers of Limestone County, the cell phones. I know Commissioner Baker has a cell phone. Is that provided by? Can you nod yes or no by the county, or is that paid for by the county?
At this point, let's just go ahead.
Okay, well, the reason I say that, voicemail needs to be set up on that.
Okay.
So we can get a response back instead of a no answer. And I guess that's all I have to say, and I'll let one of the other gentlemen speak.
Okay. Let's go ahead then and ask Mr. David Thorne.
Yes, sir. Glad to be here. My wife is a Peterson, and she owns property now that was homesteaded by her grandpa back in the 1890s. So we've been paying taxes out there on LCR 156 for 120 years, basically. And my point is that I think we're at the corner of the county, and we have a lot of trouble getting service out there. We bought another piece of property across the road, and I've called for 10 years to get the ditches mowed or to have the road graded, and we just can't get anybody out there. So I thought it was basically the way it was going to be forever, until Alan mentioned to me that there's some paved roads in Limestone County. And I said, really? Yeah, there's some paved roads, and and ours needs to be paved too. And the point is that he's done some research, and the taxes that we pay per mile on our little road there is greater than many of the taxes on the roads that are already paved. And it seems that the roads that are already paved are south of 73, which goes through Coolidge and Prairie Hill. And the ones that are unpaved are north of that. So I think we're being treated unfairly up there. It's probably not intentional. We're way at the outlying point of the county, so it takes trucks longer to get up there and so forth. But it's time for our road to be paved, certainly, because we've paid more than our share of taxes per mile. So I'm here to say, let's get it done. Let's get it done this summer. We've got the windmills out there, and so they've torn up the roads even more. And so and I think they'll be out of there. All the heavy equipment, all the big towers that they need to pull in there will be done by August. So there's plenty of time left to get this thing paved before the end of the paving season this year. So that's why I'm here. love to get it done and appreciate it. Thank
Thanks, sir. We'll go ahead and, we have next is Alan Gray.
I'll just stay right here. I'll be short. I guess mine, I'll reiterate what they said. But I read a post that you put out within the last few weeks, kind of a status of the county. Oftentimes it's a money issue. Kind of reading some of the positives that's happening, I don't think it can be a money issue. There's a lot of money that's come our way between solar and wind and COVID and infrastructure. So I think it's just, it's time for us to get our fair share of that and get a service provided that we don't dodge holes and slide in the mud like we did coming up here this morning.
And last but not least is Mr. Tommy Goodwin.
Yes, sir. I'm Tommy Goodwin. I have 100 acres between Alan Gray and Dr. Thorne. I live there now and plan on living there the rest of my life. I'm retired. I'm in the process of building me a garage right now, and I would like to build a new house, maybe not quite as big as Alan's, but in the next couple of years, I'd like to build something. But the road is a concern. Half the time I drive a Toyota Camry, there's spots that, when it's a slow rain, it gets muddy. I drag high center. Parts of the road are good, but if they do come out and put more rock on the road, well, then that's hard on cars. Big rock on little tires and, the front end and everything. So I would greatly appreciate it if we could get our road paved. My suggestion would be if they could go ahead and do it now. There's a grader out there, there's a packer. That way, if NextEra damages it, then they have to come back and redo the road. Or if you wait till they're gone, then it's all in the county. But if we had it right now, I feel like they would have to come back and make it as good or better than how it is now. And I have around 500 acres in that area. I've been paying taxes for 25 years. And so I feel like, this is the first time I've come and voiced my opinion in the 25 years. But also, the county used to mow the ditches at least twice a year. I haven't seen them out in that area in a year. The ditches, nearly all of us mowed with zero-turn mowers. Well, now NextEra's got big ruts in them. So I want to be sure the county make sure they smooth those up before they leave the territory. And also, a few weeks ago, their big saw, they call it a giraffe, came and cut all the trees. They left all those piled on the side of the road. It's been 2 or 3 weeks. I know it takes time. It's been raining, but somebody with the county needs to follow up, be sure that they clean up all the limbs on 156, 158, 160, and any of those other roads. But my biggest concern is I sure would like to see our road improved in Hot Top. Thank you.
Okay, then, and at the risk of seeming rude, we won't be able to respond, and I hope y'all do understand that. So, but I think all the commissioners heard y'all concerns. So we'll go forward now. The next item on the agenda is the consent agenda. At this time, I will entertain any discussion or motion as far as consent agenda.
I move we approve the consent agenda.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? And that motion will pass. I'm sorry.
May we get on the agenda for next meeting?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And y'all are more than welcome to stay for our whole meeting today, or if you'd like to leave, we won't consider it rude if you left. So whatever y'all like to do.
Thank you.
I know those seats aren't that comfortable. All right, let's go into our regular agenda now. The first item is a discussion of possible action on enacting a county burn ban. I think we all probably know the answer to that. We'll skip on past that. Item number 8 is discuss and take action on improvement of U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement IGA modification contract for Limestone County. As y'all know, and we talked about in the past, one of the reasons we get a per diem for the LCDC is that the government cannot deal straight with them. They have to go government entity to a government entity. And so they come to us, we have to sign off on any of these amendments. And just be advised that we don't sign these until we talk to LaSalle and make sure that's something that they're wanting. It really doesn't matter because they're going to do it whether LaSalle wants to do it or not. But this just keeps us legal as far as what the federal government's want to do as far as the per diem. And actually, it costs LaSalle a little bit of money. They've gone down on the amounts they're going to be paying right now. But of course, that's. Would anybody entertain a motion to approve the contract as presented? We do have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? So we'll get that done, and that will come to us from time to time. And so just be aware that that's basically we're just taking care of the paperwork for LCDs. Okay, let's continue to go on now, and the next item is item number 9. That's going to discuss take action on payment of a tax refund request from Carrington Mortgage Services for taxes paid in error. Stacy, do you want to tell us exactly? I know you told me, but do you want to go ahead and make a presentation and kind of tell us why we need to send this $26,000 back to this mortgage company?
This was an account that had a senior citizens deferral on the account. It's had it for several years. The senior citizens deferral, what it does is it allows the homeowner or taxpayer, if they have an over 65 exemption, to defer their taxes for prior current years as long as they have the homestead and the over 65 exemption. They defer the taxes, past due taxes do not have to be paid. They accrue a lower interest rate throughout the years until they either pass away or the exemption is removed. In this case, the mortgage company or their third-party service company went to our website, printed off a statement, saw past due taxes, and didn't make any further inquiries as to whether or not they had the exemption, they didn't have an exemption, why they were past due. They didn't contact the homeowner, they just sent a check and paid the taxes. Then they tried to bill the homeowner for the $26,000, and the homeowner then informs them, well, I have a deferral on this account. I do not have to pay the taxes right now. And so the mortgage company then calls and requests that we refund them the $26,000. Otherwise, they're going to keep billing the homeowner. The homeowner either has to pay them back or they can foreclose on the property. So the mortgage service company and the homeowner actually are requesting that we refund the money to them.
So basically, this is money that we didn't, it wasn't owed to us. It was sent to us in error, and we're just trying to right their wrong.
Correct.
And all the deferrals and stuff were on file.
Are still on file,
Strictly on.
notated on the account. They just didn't do their due diligence and research. They just paid it.
So if you're over 65 and you have a senior exemption, you can just not pay your county taxes.
You are eligible to apply for the deferral, and if
Let my
it's
heirs worry
granted,
about it.
then
I need to get that.
So we didn't pay the I'll make a motion that we refund the money to Carrington Service Company for taxpayer.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion on the side? If not, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed? That'll pass. So let's go ahead then and go to item number 10. And let's discuss and take action on seeking proposal for the Limestone County Jail inmate telephone system, approving a request for proposal specifications for inmate telephone services and notice and approving publication of notice. So this is just formal paperwork that we need to get done so that we can get out and get some proposals in on a contract for our inmate jail service, which before I became county judge, didn't realize just how lucrative that business is, to be frank with you. A lot of money is paid in this area. So, Tasha, I know this is something you want to make sure this word was on here right, that was in tune. But anyway, I know that we're going to go out for requests, we just need this to be. Oh, Murray, go ahead.
Yes, Judge, what it was when we first talked about it, we had set a deadline, and due to one, I'd never done before, two, was trying to get all the information for the RFP. We were running up onto the time so it was short, so we were gonna ask, instead of making it the end of May as the opening period, June 22nd, which would be the Commissioner's Court farther down to the opening of the bids.
All right. Sounds good, then. Anybody have a problem with doing that?
No.
All right. Let's go ahead and make it official somehow.
I move we bid that, bid date to June 22nd.
Motion is second, any other discussion? If not, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay. Next item is discuss and take action on progressive service agreement between Limestone County, Texas, and San Carlos for on-site sewage services. This is something that I don't really want to do this because it means staying illegal. However, it is an agreement that will allow SAM to continue on with our OSS, and I think it's Sam has more than proven himself, and I think it would be super nice for us to have him around in case we needed to ask him questions sometimes also. So I'll open the floor for any motions or discussion.
Judge, the only thing I saw here is on the compensation, it says by the 10th of each month. And Commissioner's Court doesn't always meet by the 10th.
Okay.
Sometimes it's after. On the back page, sorry.
Okay. Sam, you're gonna change up to 15?
Not at all.
I'm gonna go ahead and change that on the contract if you don't mind.
Yes, sir.
Does that satisfy you? 15? Okay.
I move to approve the professional service agreement between Limestone County and San Carlos for on-site sewer facilities with modification.
Motion and second. Is there any other discussion on this? Not all in favor, say aye. Any opposed? And that motion carries.
Thank you.
I've left the city manager sitting here in my head. I'm sorry, I usually like to try to get everybody towards the front. So I'm gonna go ahead and skip item number 12 and we'll go right back to it. But let's go to item number 13. And that's when we discuss and or take action to approve resolution which authorizes the city of Bahia to place piping along LCR 238, LCR 235 for the purpose of extending the city's water distribution system to county residents in the projected area. Mr. Gary.
County Judge and Commissioners, it's an honor to be here before you today. Appreciate placement on the agenda for this very important item. Before we get into particulars, I just want to note, sometimes we get caught up in all the details and kind of forget the big picture. This is another fantastic opportunity for the city and the county to work together to provide better quality of life for residents out in the county. The city's been involved in a multi-phase project where we're trying to help folks in the northwest corner as you head out of Mexia, out along FM 3119 that everybody up there calls Brickyard Road. It's just kind of a quirk of fate. That area out there, you can drill a well and you may get water, you may not get water. And the water that you get may be drinkable or it may not be drinkable. In addition, when everybody was plotting out their water systems, that area is one that's not serviced by anybody. White Rock doesn't come far enough over, Wortham doesn't come far enough down, Tawakanna can't go far enough out, and those folks out there, there's a lot of folks out there have been hauling water for a lot of years. A lot of them come into Mahia to our water point, and they haul water out. I mean, they survive like that, but if it's just a single person, say, in a small home, that's kind of okay, but trying to have a family out there, it gets really old hauling water. So we got to looking at it, and we developed a multi-phase plan. It's in 3 phases. The first phase was to take a 4-inch water line from where we had it down there, just in the industrial park down below the college, and bring it all the way down to this first road that we talk about here, Limestone County Road 238. We did a combination of easements along that way, both private easements and some easements that we got from TxDOT, and that brought the water line up to this point. What we're now doing in phase 2 is we had a conversation with some landowners. They would like us to basically go down Limestone County Road 238. We're calling it the wings off Brickyard Road is what we're saying. About 6,000 feet of water line total. You can see in the diagram it was included in your packet, right? So we're going to run that as far as we can pressure-wise to help serve those customers. And then there's a small road, Limestone County Road 235, that if we run a line down there, that'll serve some folks in the interior that actually aren't right on the county road, but where they want to get some water. In phase 3, as we move on, what we're looking at is going on further down that road. We've been in some initial discussions with both Commissioner Baker and Road and Bridge about how we could do that. We hope to be coming back to you with that. So this is a fantastic opportunity, we think, for those county residents to be able to get on city water, as they call it, but be able to get on a potable water distribution system and stop having to haul water. You'll see the details in the resolution. The only thing that we're asking for is the opportunity to place a 4-inch water line in the outermost limits of the county right of way. The reason we said that is we try to stay as far away from the road as possible within the right of way, so we don't interfere with any road maintenance. And the other key thing I want to bring to the commissioner's attention is I haven't learned many things that are always true, but one thing I know is always true: water lines leak. No matter how good you do it, no matter what you do, they're going to leak. So we're going to need to maintain the water line. So we're just asking for a perpetual easement that when it breaks, we come out there and fix it, and y'all are okay with us digging it up. Be happy to answer any questions.
Questions on this? Did everyone get a chance to read the resolution? I don't mind reading it. I don't mind reading the resolution. Y'all read it already, and that's, I think it's a great thing for the folks in that part of the county. I know this has been going on for a while. I know back when I was the mayor, we started working on this to get a cost feasibility of how long it would take. And it's going to be good news for the city of Mahia also. So
Yes,
that's double good news for folks. Does anybody,
I will make a motion that we approve this resolution and put the county, one line down county 236, 235.
Second.
we do have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion on this item? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Manager, we appreciate you. Anything else?
Thank you, Judge. No, sir. Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and send this around where y'all are here. Because this is something that we all need to sign. That's down here. All right, now then, let's go back to item number 12. And that is discuss and take action on the contract for professional service in Limestone County, Texas. Allison Bass McGee LLP for assistance with the issues regarding the Waco Solar Tax Abatement Agreement. I hope y'all read this, but it's an agreement with the law firm that we've been using as far as taking care of the legal aspects of the Waco Solar Tax Abatement. The good news on, as y'all know, on this solar tax abatement is that some people may love to look at those turbines. Some people may not like to look at them. This right here is going to be solar on the ground. It only affects one property owner, but it's a big project. So if y'all like, I'd like to continue to use this law firm out of Austin to help us stay legal on what we're doing.
I make a motion that we use Alice Bass McGee.
We do have a motion.
Second.
And we do have a second. And the only discussion I'll throw out there is y'all do understand that we asked that Waco Solar pay this, under the fee. So this is not coming out of the out of our fund. We do have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, let's continue on. Discuss take action on support of the Old Fort Parker side adoption request to Texas State Historical Commission. This is a request that came in from the board of directors, I guess, of the Fort Parker State Park. One of the things that they're trying to do is to make it to where the state takes over Fort Parker. And I know for years and years, city of Mahia, city of Groesbeck, and Limestone County has all put money in there to try to keep it going, and it's one of our highlights here in the county. But I think that the cities and the county would do well letting the state take it over, and I think this would be a big improvement. Not that I want to throw any stones at Fort Parker, but if the state was to get involved in it, that's a lot of money that they'll be putting in it. So I hope y'all had a chance to read this, and I'll entertain anyone's thoughts on what we should do as far as let the Old Fort Parker go to the historical commission for the state. We do have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And that will pass. Okay, let's see what time it is. We're going to have a 10 o'clock hearing, but let's keep going. And the next item is going to be item number 15. That's discuss and approve the authorizing auditor's office to advertise for annual bids. Y'all have a list of all the bids in front of you, I think, that we normally go out for, so I will at this time defer over to Natasha. Do you have anything to add?
I gave Jerry, I didn't give a copy to everybody, but if you'd like a copy of all the specs that mainly maintain to road and bridge, we need those updated. Over the past couple of years, we've had some of the bidders call in and say that there's stuff that's not accurate on there, but when it comes to the rock and the sand and hauling, certain specs, our office we don't handle that, so we really need updated ones. The list that you have in front of you though, Judge, you have it also, is what we went out for bids last year. It also includes the pest control and the janitorial supplies.
And one of the things I know that we had trouble last year was for sand. I mean, I don't know how that
We still have that on here, so
sanded out.
if y'all want to remove it, we can, or if you want to bid it out again, we can.
It doesn't hurt to bid it out, in my opinion, make it a surprise. I mean, it's one that's got a sand pit that they want to start using. But anyway, this is just so that we can advertise for all these bids. So what's the commission?
I move we authorize the auditor's office to advertise for annual bids as per the list.
We do have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion on this? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Let's go down to item number 16, and this is going to be a salary adjustment at the jail, and I believe it's going to be, let's see, we have someone that has a 3-year step plan and someone that's been promoted to corporal out there. So this money is all budgeted. And so with your approval, we'll go ahead and make these changes. Yeah. We do have a motion in a second. Is there any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, let's get the tally here. We'll get some budget transfers for sure. First one's going to be budget transfer number 505 for facilities management. This is a transfer funds from LCDC to the general fund. Courthouse security was approved in the commissioner court meeting on 4/27/21. And this is to purchase the metal detectors. By the way, it has been purchased, it is in place, and the training was done last Friday. So, with y'all's permission, this is the official request for that metal detector. Come on. Second, we got a motion and a second, any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. All right, let's go then to item number 18, and that's for record purposes, discuss and take action on budget transfer 506. This is from the county tax assessor collector. I'll go ahead and allow This is transfer funds, contingency tax, AC temporary help. This is the one where we didn't quite get enough of the money in the budget for the temporary, the permanent part-time help. And so, y'all would go ahead, and this is actually, we've already done, this is just a housekeeping that actually have in the agenda, so.
I move to approve budget transfer 506.
Okay, we do have a motion and a simultaneous second. I'll let you decide which one. Now, motion by Commissioner Sadler, second by Commissioner. Any other discussion on the side? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Okay, next item is going to be item number 19. This is going to be a budget transfer from the Sheriff's Office. This is transfer of funds to cover a shortage of new vehicles. Murray, you want to address that real quick? I know we talked about it, but if you just want to tell us what this additional money is. I know what it's for, but tell the commissioners.
What we ran into is we ordered vehicles out of the approval for last year's budget, based on the bid prices at that time. When we were calling to check and see when the vehicles were gonna come in due to computer chip shortages and everything else, we were pretty much given first and second quarter of next year before the vehicles would arrive because they're just not able to be produced. With our fleet, the age it is and the mileage, we're unable to wait until mid next year to get the vehicles to help out now. Got with the judge, we spoke to some people, we were able to find the 2 trucks and a Tahoe on the lot that had previously been ordered by another place. We were able to get those, but there's a discrepancy. I think it's $2,500 a vehicle or something similar to that.
35,
Yeah. And in the difference in the prices on the vehicles now than what we originally bid. So we asked for that to be made up. We've got the parts ordered, we've got everything, where a vehicle should be coming in today, possibly tomorrow, Thursday. And then we will get them to the outfitter and get them fixed up and then have them on the road.
This is this is kind of like everything else that's happening in our world, where a sheet of OSB plywood was $9 a year ago, now it's $59. Everything goes up, and the one thing I didn't realize was how tough it is to get these vehicles in. From what I understand, the plant has to basically shut down on the production of one and start up, and during COVID, they just didn't do the law enforcement vehicles. I did talk to Murray about the vehicles, the deputies' vehicles, that's what we're talking about here.
Correct.
For some of the detectives and some of the other personnel, we can probably get away with just regular vehicles. Correct. Anyway, what's y'all's pleasure as far as moving this money around? It's the same budget amount of money, just want to move it around from place to other.
Take motion that we pass, spend the money, transfer the money.
We do have a motion, and there is a second. Any other discussion on the side? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? All right, let's look and see if we got one more item here on the budget transfers, and that's to the IT department. This is just I went ahead and did this, Lee had a flat, got to looking at the tires, they were very suspect. And so I was almost wondering whether when we want to put tires on a vehicle that old, the tires are worth more than the vehicle, but nonetheless, we needed to buy a set of tires. We called around, got some pricing throughout the county. Jerry's Tires here in Dana gave us the best price, and it was a little bit less than $500, but we asked that we move $500 into that line. So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? We are going to, at this time, take a brief recess. Let me see if there's anything else. Go ahead and take it. Now, we're going to take a brief recess. We'll come back in, at 9:58 thereabouts, and we'll have this public hearing real quick on the road closure. And I apologize for the difference in time here. I might have had a speed it up at 9:30, but 10 o'clock in the evening, like that. So at this time, we're going to take a recess and be back here at 4 p.m. Okay.
Great.